you all let me know if you can hear and see me, guys? Just give me a hello, give me a 1. I hope you are all well this evening, and welcome to the second webinar of the free YouTube series that we are doing at Pre-Reg Shortcuts and focusing on pharmaceutical calculations again. Whoopee! So guys, can you all hear and see me? Can you give me a yes? Can you give me hello? Hi, how are you? Hello, hello, hello. Yes, good evening. Good evening, good evening. Hello, hello. I hope you are all well. I hope you are all well. Fantastic. Okay, guys. So today we are going to be focusing on dose regimes and dose unit conversions. It's a very common topic that actually comes up in the GPhC exam. So that's something that essentially we're just going to be touching on today. We're going to be going through some questions. We're going to go through some questions and answers, okay? And also don't forget, we're going to be having a raffle at the end. So one of you guys, okay, is going to be the lucky winner of having a 1-week free trial of our standard program. Okay, so if you're excited, guys, give me a yes. Give me a yes if you are excited for tonight's session. So, guys, who is ready to smash out some calculations? Give me a 1. Give me a 1 if you are ready to smash out some calculations, guys. If you are ready, give me a 1. Yes, we've got you all on fire. Yes, 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 yes. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, guys, let's go through some general rules of the game, okay? General rules of the game, I'm going to time you for 3 minutes, so 3 minutes per question. After those 3 minutes, and then I want you to pop your answers down into the chat. Okay, and then we're going to go through that question, and if you have any questions about the particular question we're going through, I can also answer those as well. Okay, you also have a question which is going to be a resource question, and I will be sending you the link as a comment onto this chat, so just keep an eye onto the chat here, so that will get sent to you guys when we come up to that question. So guys, I am just going to get my timer ready for you. Are you excited? Give me a yes, guys. Give me a yes if you are excited. Okay, I've got my timer ready, guys. Okay, and we're going to get started with our first question of the evening. And your time will start now. Okay, guys, that was your time, guys. That was your time. What answers did we get for this question, guys? What answers did we get for this question, guys? What answers did we get? If you wasn't too sure, just pop a 0 or just put a not sure, because that's perfectly fine, because the most important thing that we have to remember is essentially that we have got undergraduates here on here today. We have got trainee pharmacists, and everyone's essentially at different places in terms of their pharmaceutical calculations. Okay, so we're getting some answers through. Okay, so we're getting 198.8. Okay. Do we have any other answers, guys? Any other answers in the house, guys? Was any of you guys stuck on this question at all? Okay. Alrighty, let's go through this question step by step. Okay. So essentially, I got a slightly different answer. I calculated my answer to be 207.6 milliliters. So that's how I calculated my answer. Okay. So the first thing is that essentially we have a 50-year-old woman with breast cancer, and they're going to be receiving doxorubicin as a part of the chemotherapy regime. We are told that the dose of doxorubicin is going to be 60 milligram per meter squared, and essentially that's going to be given every 21 days. So it's going to be a 21-day cycle here. She weighs 65 kilos. We're also told how tall they are. And we're also told that doxorubicin is available as a 2 milligram per ml solution. And each dose is going to be given via a 0.1 ml graduated syringe. And essentially, we've been asked to calculate the total amount of doxorubicin in milliliters that the patient needs to receive for 4 cycles. So, guys, the first thing that we need to do is calculate the body surface area. We're going to do that using the Mostella formula that has been provided here for you. So, essentially, how are we going to calculate that BSA? Is that essentially we are just going to calculate it. So we're going to have the patient's height. So it's going to be 165 centimeters. Multiply that by the patient's body weight, and that's going to be 65 kilos. Divide that by 3,600. Okay. And we're going to square root that, and that's going to give us a BSA of 1.7260262. However, with BSA in the clinical practice, BSA is in 2 decimal places, and therefore we have to round that to 1.73. Okay. Now, with that information, we can now calculate the dose for 1 cycle. We are told that the dose is going to be 60 milligram per meter squared. Okay, so we're going to do 60 milligrams, multiply that by the body surface area, and that's going to give us the total dose for 1 cycle to be 103.8 milligrams every 21 days. So therefore, 1 cycle. We want to calculate essentially what volume is going to be needed. So we are told that doxorubicin is available as a 2 milligram per ml oral solution. Okay, and that's going to be equal. That's going to be equal to 2 milligram per ml oral solution. The dose for the patient is going to be 103.8 milligram. So therefore, if we do 2 milligram over 1 mil, it's going to be equal to 103.8 milligrams over X. You solve for X, and that's actually going to give you an answer of 51.9 mils, okay, to be given to the patient for each dose. So per cycle, okay. So if we know it's going to be 59.1 mil per cycle, the patient essentially is going to be having 4 cycles, and essentially that's how much that we need to calculate for. So therefore, that's going to be 51.9 mils. Multiply that by 4 cycles is going to be equal to 207.6 mils. Okay, does that make sense, guys, about why the answer is 207.6 mils? Just give me a yes. Give me a yes if that makes sense, guys. Okay, does that make sense, guys, about why the answer is? Fantastic. We're getting lots of yeses. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okie dokie, guys. Are you ready for question number 2 of the evening? Give me a 2. Give me a 2 if you are ready. Okay, you multiply by 4. Just a quick question before we go on to the next one. We are multiplying by 4 because there's 4 cycles. We've been asking the question, essentially, do we have to calculate? We have to calculate how many mils is needed for 4 cycles. Okay, so one cycle is going to be that 16 milligram every 21 days. Okay, so we multiply by 4 because essentially we've been asked to calculate how much the patient needs for 4 cycles. Okay, so yes, we're getting lots of twos through, lots of twos in the house, guys. Let's move on to our next question. Here is your next question, and your time starts now. Okay, guys, that was your time. What answers do we have, guys? What answers do we have for this question? Pop your answers down, guys. Pop your answers down. Okay, fantastic. We've got some answers through. We've got an answer of 61,200 units, 61,200 units, 61,200 units. Amazing, amazing. Okay, guys, you're smashing this. You're absolutely smashing this. Well done, well done. Well done, well done. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so that is the correct answer, guys. Okay, so essentially we have a 76-year-old man. They weigh 85 kilos. They're on an outpatient ward having hemodialysis. That part of the question is actually completely irrelevant to us. Okay, it's just extra information just to make the question a bit more bulky. So essentially, this patient has symptomatic anemia, associated chronic renal disease, and they essentially need epitoin beta at a dose of initially 20 units per kilogram 3 times a week for 4 weeks, and increase in steps of 20 units per kilogram 3 times a week every 4 weeks. And essentially, we want to find out how many units in total is the patient going to receive over that 8-week period. So guys, that's fantastic. You're all spot on correct. You're absolutely smashing these calculations. So of course, the initial dose is going to be 20 units per kilo. So therefore, that's going to be 1,700 units per dose, because 20 units times that by 85 kilos is 1,700 units. Patient's going to be having it 3 times a week for 4 weeks. So therefore, if you just do 1,700 units, multiply it by 3, and then multiply that by 4, that gives you a total of 20,400 units. And then, of course, for the next lot of 4 weeks, there's going to be increase in increment of a 20 units per kilo. So therefore, the patient will be having a total of 40 units per kilo for those next 4 weeks. So it'll be 40 units, multiply that by 85 kilos, times that by 3 for 3 times a week, times that by 4, 40,800 units. You're going to add all of your units together, and that's going to give us 61,200 units. Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, guys, does that all make sense? And are you ready for the next question, guys? Are you ready for the next question? Give me a 3, give me a 3 if you are ready for the next question, guys. Unfortunately, today we do only have time for half an hour, okay, for this session, because I've got another calculations webinar for those enrolled onto the course. But of course, I'm pretty sure you'll be seeing me a lot more on YouTube as well, because in the YouTube webinar series, I think we've got a couple more sessions as well. Okay, so we've got questions. We've got freeze. Okay, so why did I round up the BSA? That's in the first question. Okay, because in clinical practice, the BSA is often given as 2 decimal places. So BSA is in 2 decimal places. So that's why it was being rounded to 2 DP. Okay, guys, let's go on to our next question. I think this will be our last question of the evening before we have our raffle. Okay, before we have our raffle, where one of you will be our lucky winners to have a week trial of our standard program. Okay, so for the next question, you are going to need a resource. Okay, I'm just going to get the link for you for your resource. I'm just going to copy and paste it into the chat for you. This is a very common type of GPhC exam style question. Okay, I'm just posting it in there. Can you all give me a 1 or a yes or something in the chat that I know that the link is actually opening for you and you've got it up ready for your next question, because I don't want to start timing you and you haven't got your resource ready. When you've got that open, guys, just let me know. Yeah, we're getting some yes. Yeah, we're getting some yes through. Yeah. Amazing. Okay, right, guys, are we ready? Are we ready? Okay, here is your next question, guys, and your time starts now. Okay, guys, that's your time. That's your time. Okay, so that was your 3 minutes up for that question. What answers did we get for this question, guys? What answers did we get for this question? Okay, we're getting some answers through. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. So we're getting 31, 31, 31. Fantastic. Lots of 31s in the house. Fantastic. So it's going to be 31 mils. That is the correct answer. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, guys. So in terms kind of like of this type of question, you'll find in the GPhC exam, you can get BNF extracts that will be provided to you in a GPhC exam. It will pop up like a little PDF viewer, and it will come up for you. So when it comes to kind of like these types of questions where you actually need to convert from like tablets to suspension, for example, and another common example is going to be from citalopram tablets to oral drops, whereabouts in the BNF extras are you going to find this information? Because the location of information and knowing where this key information is in resources is the quickest and easiest way for you to save time in the exam. So instead of you trying to scroll up and down where that information could be, if you know exactly whereabouts it would be in that particular extract, it will save you time and you can use that time for the rest of the exam. So where would you find that information, guys? Yeah, fantastic. Well done, Simona. Well done. It's going to be under indications and dose. So it's under the dose equivalence. So when you go on to, yeah, fantastic. So when you go onto the BNF, you have your indications and dose. And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom to the indications and dose section, you will have your information there about dose equivalence. Okay, so for example, it will be there for phenytoin, it will be there for citalopram tablets, the oral drops, it will be there. That information will be there. So that's fantastic. Well done, guys. Okay, so essentially, we have a patient, we have a 59-year-old patient with epilepsy. They've been admitted to hospital because they've had a stroke. They've been prescribed phenytoin 50 milligram capsules at a dose of 2 capsules twice a day. They had the speech and language therapist assessment, and essentially just to aid with the swallowing and just to aid with the administration, we need to switch that patient from the phenytoin capsules to the epineutin 30 milligram per 5 ml oral suspension. And essentially, we need to calculate that equivalent daily dose for that patient. So guys, what is the total daily dose for this patient in terms of the phenytoin capsules? Because remember that phenytoin capsules comes under phenytoin sodium and not the phenytoin base. What will that total daily dose be for that patient? Okay, fantastic. It will be, yeah, fantastic. It will be 200 milligrams because essentially we're going to be having 50 milligram capsules. The dose is going to be 2 capsules twice a day. So essentially 100 milligram twice a day, a total of 200 milligrams. Okay, so then if we go under the BNF, I'm not sure if it'll actually let me share my screen, actually. Let me see if it will let me share my screen. Da-da-da. It's going to let me do both. It might let me do both, you know. Ooh. Okay. Oh, can you see the BNF, guys? Can you see a BNF? Can you give me a 1? Can you give me a 1, guys, if you can see the BNF? I hope you can. Yeah, you can. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so of course, if you're going to scroll down all the way down to the bottom of the indication and dose section, it will tell you that the preparations between phenytoin sodium and phenytoin base are not bioequivalent. So essentially, we've been given the conversion here. 100 milligrams of phenytoin sodium is going to be equivalent to 92 milligrams of phenytoin base. So therefore, we can use that information in our question. Of course, excuse me, I do apologize. Okay. So if we know that 100 milligrams of phenytoin sodium is going to be equivalent to 92 milligrams of phenytoin base, therefore we know that 200 milligrams of phenytoin sodium is going to be equivalent to 184 milligrams of phenytoin base. We know that epineutin is expressed in terms of phenytoin base, and that has a concentration of 13 milligram in a 5 ml oral solution. So if we do 30 milligram over 5 mil is going to be equal to 184 milligram over X. You solve that and that's going to give you an answer of 30.66666, and therefore you round that to the nearest whole number, and that's going to be 31 mils. I've just spotted a typo on my slides. That's meant to say 31 and not 30, okay? So the correct answer is 31. Okay, does that all make sense, guys? Give me a yes if that makes sense. Give me a yes if that makes sense. Oh God, excuse me for coughing. Yeah, fantastic, fantastic. It's all making sense. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, guys. Okay, that is all essentially we have time for, but don't go anywhere just yet because it is raffle time. Okay, it is raffle time. So, guys, who is excited? Okay, who is excited and who is ready to be a potential winner? Okay, of our have to have a 1 week free trial of the standard program. If you're excited, give me a 1, guys. Give me a 1 if you want to have a chance to win this raffle. Just type a 1 into the chat, guys. Type a 1. It'll be fantastic. Amazing. We're getting lots of 1s through. Lots of 1s, lots of 1s, lots of 1s. Okay, right. We're getting lots of ones for, oh, the chat's going crazy. The chat is going crazy. Okay, I need to pick someone. I just need to pick someone at random. I'm going to get my scroller right, and I'll just scroll up and down, up, 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 down. Okay, I've got Simona. Amazing. You have won. You have won the 1 week free trial, okay, of the standard program. You will need to email uma@prereadshortcuts.com just to say that you have been the winner of the raffle, that you have won the 1 week free trial of the standard program, guys. Okay. So congratulations, Simona. Congratulations. So, guys, did you enjoy that session this evening? Did you enjoy that session? Thank you all very much for all of you for joining this evening. I do hope that you've enjoyed it. Okay. I hope it's just given you kind of like a bit of a taster. Okay. I hope it's given you kind of like a bit of a taster for essentially the cover about the doses and dose regime questions that potentially could come up. The email, Simona, is uma@prereadshortcuts. I'm just going to type it in the chat for you, uma@prereadshortcuts.com. Okay, if you just send an email there, Simona, okay, to say that you've been the winner of the raffle, okay, and then essentially we'll get that sorted for you for your 1 week free trial. Okay, you're very welcome, guys. You're very welcome. Thank you all so much for joining. Thank you all so much for joining. Okay, I hope the session was useful. Okay. I hope you have a lovely evening, okay? And then for you guys who are actually enrolled onto the course, okay, we will see you just very shortly for our calculation sessions, okay? So see you later, guys. Bye.